You're down some offensive linemen. You're down your best receiver. You're down your tight end. Oh, so Cleveland opened a 6.5-point favorite. That half point is significant, right? It's just under a touchdown. Total of 43.5 points for the game. So they were listed as 3 points. Well, excuse me. It was Cleveland -6. The over-under was 42.5 earlier today. Wait, Cleveland?
Yeah, Cleveland was -6 at the beginning of it.
Right.
And then it dropped.
Okay. They're now 1.5 point. Vegas is now a 1.5 point favorite.
Which
so
is
they
pretty
go
much
from
a pick 'em.
It's a 6.5 point. First, Cleveland's favored by 6.5. Then this news breaks. Now Vegas is favored by 1.5. That's an 8-point swing. So let me ask you about this. That's the impact in Vegas at the books. Key, what's the impact on the field?
Well, the impact on the field is they lose some important pieces, right? And when you look at it, Kevin Stefanski missed the game a year ago, and they were able to still win because of the COVID situation, and they were able to win that particular football game. Now you look at it and you say, okay, we're missing the quarterback. Well, they've missed the quarterback before due to injury, and they won with Case Keenum. So they've been without Landry. They've been without Hooper before. But here's what I would say. As long as Nick Chubb and Case Keenum is available to them, they have an opportunity and a chance to still win this football game with no questions at all. This may be, for all intents and purposes, and no jokes, pun intended, this may be better for the Cleveland Browns with Case Keenum underneath the center anyway.
Because?
I just look at it and I say he may give them a better chance to run the offense in cleaner ways than Baker Mayfield anyway because he's healthier.
Yeah,
and on the defensive side of the ball, they still have a strong defense. So this will be an interesting game to keep an eye on.
Key, when you say healthier, obviously you don't mean the COVID situation. You're saying COVID in a way is a way for Baker to heal up other injuries he has while Case Keenum holds it down.
Well, I didn't even think of it from that perspective. I was just thinking of the injury, not the COVID situation, but his injuries that he's been dealing with over the last several weeks. Mm-hmm. It's give them an opportunity now with a healthy Case Keenum and not having to worry about, do we play Case Keenum or do we play a 70% Baker Mayfield? Well, that's taken away now. Now your only option is to play Case Keenum. And the last time you played Case Keenum as a starting quarterback, you won that football game in a pretty good fashion.
When we were talking about the line yesterday and on the phone call, I was like, I'm still going to take the Browns. Like, I'm going to take the Browns. And look, the Raiders should win this game, but there's something about me that just makes me believe that the Browns, because of them having Myles Garrett, because of the way I saw the Chiefs get after Derek Carr, how many times he got sacked. I'm like, all right, Myles Garrett actually is second in the league in sacks right now with 15. The lack of the running game for the Raiders, they have to do it in the air. Derek Carr has to throw over 300 yards for them to get wins. It just seems like the game, still with Case Keenum, still with Nick Chubb, still with the defense that they have, that even though it is a pick 'em, I would still pick the Browns to win the game.
You know why I'm not going to go with the Browns? I hear what you guys are saying about Case Keenum and Nick Chubb. No doubt about that. When you're down offensive linemen, and now, remember, Odell is gone. That's one of the reasons, in my mind, they got put over the top a little bit is, and they got Odell? Odell's gone. Now Jarvis Landry's gone. And Austin Hooper. So your two best wideouts when you started the year, neither one's on the field, and your tight end's not on the field, in addition to offensive linemen, like at a certain point.
But see, they still have People Jones, and they still have Higgins.
Exactly.
So they still have some pieces in play. They've played football this year without OBJ and without Landry, and they still was able to muster up some stuff. I don't know who will win the game. I mean, I obviously think that the Raiders would win, but I also believe that Cleveland has enough to win the game because of the defense and a quarterback that you're not going to ask to do a lot. You're going to rely heavily on Nick Chubb. Remember this, too. The last time Case Keenum started, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt was not the running back. That wasn't who was toting the rock. So
that's right.
Now they have the luxury of having Nick Chubb, something they didn't have when he was the starter the last time.
But Max, do you think the Raiders' offense is that offensively on fire?
Because
they really haven't.
No, I just think that this was
5
a
of
team.
the last 6 games, they barely got to 17 points.
I agree. I'm not high on the Raiders, and
Neither am I.
Remember, early in the season, you were high on the Raiders, Key.
Key jumped off that bandwagon.
Neither am I.
But they were good enough at some point this season to have Key believe that they could make
at the
playoffs.
beginning of the year.
Okay, but a team that has that in them
but you
somewhere
gotta
in a
remember,
long
though,
season.
But you got to remember, too, though, once upon a time, the Raiders was sitting, I think, at the 2 seed, at the top of the chart prior to their bye week.
That's what I'm saying.
And then the same thing happened. The wheels fell off.
Yeah,
as crazy as it may sound, for whatever it's worth, Derek Carr's playing good football,
yeah,
man.
he is.
That's what I'm
with you, Key.
Wait. This is what I'm saying. If they're at one point good enough in a season to make you believe they can make the playoffs, that means that they're not without talent. It's in there somewhere. And if you're going up against a totally depleted team, what about Key's point, real quick, before we because we got a lot to do today. What about the idea that I don't want to hey, it's a disease, it's serious. I get it. Assuming everything's okay and everyone comes out of it fine. What about this idea that this forces Baker into a rest to heal up, making the Browns more ready for the stretch run, Jay?
Well, I mean, I don't know, because it depends on how severe his COVID is, right? I mean, you're talking.
Baker has said he's asymptomatic.
Oh, he's asymptomatic.
So he has
it,
plus he's asymptomatic.
Okay.
Maybe in a way, I don't want to say
but you're
blessing
talking
in disguise,
about,
but you know what I mean.
He's talking about his shoulder.
His injuries,
Yeah.
like all
His
the little
shoulder.
nicks.
Yes. This is a reason. This forces him to rest. I thought it was a good point, Key.
Yeah.
You made it earlier. It
up.
forces him to rest and maybe better prepares the Browns to for the stretch run, especially if Case can hold it down.
If they can get over the Raiders.
Yeah.
The Raiders,
if they lose, then that's going to put them in a bind.
The Raiders aren't going to just let them just dog them.
Right.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.